All right, Busiafonia Dofo, your Mamunina, Aquaba, Kessie, Eba, Jumedia Yatuni Danes, a time with Tatap saying, Jordan, you may be a the Bremo Mabubo, no, Sia Pepe, US Eastern Time, near the Bremo. So what Ghana, so not just say 10 p.m. Pepe Nation, so UK 4 11 p.m. And did you make the Air Bremo? Sabri, I'm just going to take a quick second to announce to you all to please do me a favor and share the Zoom link to your lovers and friends and family. Like, we can do better. We've been doing better like crazy. Let's make sure that Miss Jules is already here, ready to, walk us through some lifetime experience. This is somebody people pay to go see. Into say no my such good nuggets now. Let's take advantage of it and also share the worth to people. So please, director, so bet me pushy notifications so my ye never jump na yet me ama akoso kama. All right. With that being said, I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge all our sponsors for making this show a very successful one. Greetings to you all the way from Ghana. And I want to say, so I'm at the party. I'm without track pro, I bet to me no me no. So I break the chema a double dream and a moja we did me no for sunny. All I want to say is thank God for such an awesome week. And I just hope that the right link went out to everyone for them to join. So I'm just hoping this will be able to join us very soon. But let me say again, feel good services in case you're looking for a mental health educator, and now say you're looking for someone to come talk to you in the church, at your organizations. Look no further about feel good services at feelgoodservices@gmail.com. So feelgoodservices@gmail.com. That's where you can get the service of Feel Good Services. On top of that, you can also contact them at the same information, just in case you're looking for homes, somewhere to hang out with the family this holiday seasons. So I recommend Feel Good Homes to you. I'm actually currently in Feel Good Homes right now, shooting from Feel Good Homes to talk to you guys about it. So please make sure you go ahead and call and do your bookings. Again, you can email the same email address, feelgoodservices@gmail.com, or call this number +1 513 372 5758, and make sure you do your bookings and secure your dates right now. They have studios, 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartments, and you're gonna enjoy your stay at East Legon Hills, Pokwase, and Ajungano. So please make sure you do not hesitate and make that quick. Also, I want to recommend Oswald Wellness LLC to you and your family. In case you're looking for a family nurse practitioner that can help you in terms of weight management, also try to get your IV hydration, please contact Oswald Wellness LLC. So far as you're within these two locations, geographical locations, the DMV area, which is the DC, Maryland, Virginia, or in Ohio, anywhere in Ohio, please contact them to get your services taken care of. I also like for us to say big thank you to Tatap Sand for making this one a beautiful opportunity. Tatap Sand, this is called Time with Tatap Sand. So that tells you that Tatap Sand is the mother, sponsor, and partner of this show. With that being said, download the app. Make sure you download on your Google Play Store, your App Store, and also make sure that you are actually putting the promo code PK, P-K-A-Y, P-K-A-Y, so that you can get your $20 on your first transaction. Last week I made a mistake and said $15, and director was like, unless you want us to reduce your money, you're getting $20. So please, all my people, make sure you get that money. Thank you guys very much to each and everyone who is sharing the link. If you just joined, please make sure that you share the Zoom link to your loved ones. I want to see 90% our mothers and our sisters on it right now. And also, I want to see it's great amount of our fathers and our brothers and on it and uncles on it, because we can also go back and educate our loved ones in terms of breast cancer. Next week, we're going to be talking about AI, artificial intelligence, how it can make or break us. and also how you can take advantage of it and be better in this society. So with that being said, I want to say big shout outs to my producers, A Class, Danny, and Nana Lord for helping bring the show to you guys wherever you at. And with that being said, I would like to hand over to um, Director Danny to give us a quick update from startups, and then after that we're going to hit a quick commercial break. Then we're going to talk to our sister, our aunt, our mother, Miss Jules Mills Luttrot. Director, update from startups.
Mm. Yeah, PK, second hardware unko break ma nanka yento aso from second hardware.
Producer,
While they keeps on sharing it.
quick commercial break so that we can proceed after that.
Yankutuna sio nyameno no. Yanana sia wa maya tamfuate shoko. Hey, dia wa ne dia no no. Wayama na yamenwanwa. Hey, wayama na timwa. Atamfuate shoko. Ghana for me the unbreakable joy is blessing. Oh, share HRETV. Koswana she. Now be inshira unbreakable. Keep it locked.
Check the statistics. What from beaucoup d'État on my big six. We remove all the girls, logistics. You want here top speed, Olympics. Yo, what up, people? It's your boy Natalie, and I'm watching HRETV, man. Keep it locked. Badman operator.
Hello guys, it's your girl Pamela Odame Watara, and I just want to recommend HRETV for you guys for all your latest interviews. Just stay tuned at HRETV. I love you all guys.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching me live on HRE TV. HR, His Royal Majesty. Oh my goodness, I love the name of this TV. HRE TV.
All right, that's it. Over screening, so into that, Mr. Tisebe Kasano. Producer, yeah, that's for the quick commercial break. Sabre, director, please give us an update. Again, don't forget today's topic is early detection in breast cancer and also nutrition during breast cancer. So early detection and nutrition during breast cancer. All that we need to know. Producer, update from Tatop set.
Me, okay, Martin, producer, I'll give you update.
Director.
No problem.
What's it?
I was off when the one function mini PK na Euro for us some time until I affected a currency the notification didn't time. Yeah,
So
yeah.
what is the time right now?
So it is 11 o'clock here, and so 10 o'clock in the UK. Until I said one Ababi Shima having so when the notification had to go, no, a delay crap. But Monfanche, I think they will be joining because I think I'm pushing around within 20 minutes time. Will be a big notification. Timo Fanche, kakre bina and then me worker. I wish you do in a Q&A session and maybe we talk more about it. So I wish for Monfanche tap with the more money to her. And next year another good day. Breast cancer the PK way. When you're not so we try not for that. About breast cancer and young man quad the man in aka home. I will see you to me boy no near for no any yen mam. No to me it creating more awareness need civil lives and souls. I prepare way just for our love wonderful and wonderful customers. Kakra bi na me work PK enne. Senke nipa no do so there maybe I will have to go in depth but my briefly. Ye domo na ye pɛ mo asɛm na mo dɔ ye nti. Ya hyehyɛ some nice promotion bi e de ama your customers. First of all, the first promotion no e say refer nipa 5. Or refer nipa 5 bia you get you already earn bonus for referring baba. But then after our refer nipa 5 what happens is we are going to give you 100 of your local currency to Australian dollars, 100 Australian dollars, 100 Canadian dollars, 100 US dollars, 100 euros, 100 whatever pounds and what have you. Let's see. I think I will be a join. So yeah, plan is say obi bia ebe try na wa refer as much as possible. Na wenye nyambu no so no na afly high. Now the second promotion, which is massive. Me feel say okay, breaking news will be a bit TV, but unfortunately the panel be joining, so probably we talk about it again. Mumfan chairman so as me yellow so me boys kakra morning. We are doing this wonderful promotion for our customers, where we are going to select 100 people who are going to win. And how do you win? So we send here. I mean, you are qualified, so you're 18 years and above. That is the qualification age. And OBBR was sending BR from the month of 1st to 31st October. In fact, we are planning and thinking of extending it a little bit. Sikebia was sending BR, so send it 5,000, we send it 10,000, we send it 20,000. If you fall within the 100 people that will be selected now, you are going to earn 100% cash back. That is, we send it 5,000, you are going to get 5,000 back. We send it 10,000, you are going to get it back. That is amazing. I know so be a that is the next promotion we're giving out. I think a lot of people PK are asking why rating so of late is not like it used to be. Abusiafo umientiasia. Ghana for, so we think about economy too. Economy no. So what happens is now the Bank of Ghana is regulating and they actually bring out the rate I would say a demand outside. And I think I've explained this over and over. Say tap no Madaroma and Odama Chinti. I mean, we are the highest stakeholder at what game. So somehow no so Inti, you control your more because the assumption is if tap goes down, it helps the city because there wouldn't be that banter where rate war be escalate amana affect the city. Yeah, dear. Say a mistake a crabina rate no, you follow what Bank of Ghana is giving them. Automatically, they will punish us. I know, say you've always bear with us. You know, say we love you. That's why, try say the promotion be na beneficial to our customers. Moon stay with us. Moon do kama. So, for instance, this week, Bank of Ghana postee said the rate should be $12.85 dollars. And the funny thing is, say Bank of Ghana amount 12.85, and that's also who issue 12.85. Automatically, you are doing something fishy because also a head cost. So obviously, it will come down. So, guys, this is the reason why you see DM. Okay, will be say other apps and the massa. Yeah, Ghana for you do you crew. The PC dimraso. Timumwa ye mine. Na yen. The last thing I want to talk about for yesterday, I'll be sharing some flyers on the page. Yes, mon share as much as possible. Na mon can change your phone ya do for ni ye na for far na say tap send this back and we are back for good. Ya sheshe enema kama owo kwen mu a ye pese de bre abusuafo nyina. Nti mumwa na mon spread the news no. Nti PK kakra me wo eken say bibi wo ho a ultima busa. Yes ye call no so a need a process.
All right, Director Yadasi, I don't think so. Any question here, Sabri.
Okay.
I think so. During the Q&A session, we'll talk more about the
Promotion.
5,000, the 100% cashback if you are part of the first 100 people.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Dabri, we're going to introduce our guest speaker for today, which is the person in the person of Miss Juliette Mills Luttrod. I call her Miss Jules, and she got the right information for us concerning early detection in breast cancer. Ms. Jules, how you doing?
I am doing wonderful. How are you?
Doing extremely well. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here. I am tired, but I stayed up for you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You
I
always
have
come
to.
through.
I
You
have
always
to.
come through
I have
whenever.
to.
That's what family do for family, right?
That's what's up. That's what's
All
up.
right. So, Ms. Jules, every year we have you on this platform to educate
Yes.
us about breast cancer. You being a breast cancer survivor, you have a huge platform and a huge foundation that you're running, Pink for Africa. And it
Yeah.
didn't specify Pink for Ghana. It didn't say Pink for West Africa, but Pink for Africa. Tell us a little bit about Pink for Africa, what they are doing, what it's about. Then we're gonna go into the topic.
So real quick, 17 years ago, I went through my diagnosis with breast cancer. And through that journey, I decided to look back and see how I can be of service and of support to women, especially in Ghana. I say Pink for Africa,
Ms.
but my
Jules, Ms.
goal.
Jules, just a second. Can you touch your camera a little bit because it looks like you're looking on the other screen, but we need you over here.
Let me see
Yeah,
what's
so
going.
look at that, right? Exactly.
Okay.
There you go.
This is
Perfect.
good. Okay.
Perfect.
So through the journey, I decided to actually, look back and see how I can help my women and see how I can help everybody, really. It's not even just about women anymore. So 14 years now, we've been on ground in Ghana. We are here every October. We educate, we donate prosthetics, we pay for chemo radiation. To date, we served 7 hospitals, and 3 of them are on a monthly basis. So that's really where we are now. I cannot hear you.
What is going on this year right now in Ghana?
So this year, we brought in 500 prosthetics, and the goal is to distribute throughout the year. So we've been very busy on ground. Last year we partnered up with a psychology group and we finally got them paired up with a couple of hospitals where they're going to create a counseling once a month for the nurses, because some of the nurses were struggling as they pour into the patients. They are starting to feel a psychological effect. So how can Pink for Africa step in and help that? There is a psychology group in most of the oncology department, but they are small and the psychology doctors are exhausted. So bringing an outside person to help was really a great idea. And even if it's on the phone once a month, gives a chance for some of the nurses who need support to get that support. So that was one of the things we implemented this time. But we were also, we were in Cape Coast, we were in Kumasi, we went to Ho Teaching Hospital, we went to Tamale, and we did Accra. So we've been busy. And in between, we've done a lot of companies, we've done mosque, we've done schools, it's been every October. I'm blown away how I get the energy to keep going.
So let me ask you this question real quick. What motivates you to keep doing it? Because it looks like it's taken away from you, but not really adding up physically or financially. So what is the inner intuition or the inner intriguement that motivates you to keep giving and helping others?
There is a special, priceless feeling that you get when you help others. And I think that for me, I can confidently tell you, and I'm sure I've said it to you, PK, before. 17 years in, I think breast cancer was the best thing that happened to me.
You always say that.
It really is. And more, I look at it and I'm really touched by the fact that God has used me in this way.
Wow.
Truly,
Well,
truly.
I want to say on behalf of all the mothers out there who are benefiting from you directly and indirectly, thank you so much for your benevolence and your generosity. It's never undermined or unlooked. We are so grateful for the
Charlie,
hard
it's not me, it's the donors. My donors keep me going.
Speaking of that, how can people donate to all these 500 prosthetics that you have out there? How can people donate? And how can people also be beneficiaries?
That is excellent. So each prosthetic costs us $50 on average. So for a $50 donation, you can bless somebody with a prosthetic breast.
Wow.
Charlie, if I tell you $500 can pay for somebody's mastectomy, something that could potentially kill them, is $500 that could save their life. So, you know, there is so much we can stretch the dollar. You know, there's a bit of a support. There's government subsidized programs with breast cancer, but it's not enough. So it is really important across Africa, Charlie, we cannot preach enough early detection, because this disease, when it is too late, most of our women are showing up late. That's part of the problem. So next year, our outreach will be a lot more focused in outside Accra than in Accra, just so that we can educate more.
And are you guys doing a lot of stuff outside Ghana too, since it's Pink for Africa, not Pink for Ghana?
We try, but I'm only one person. In Ghana, the need is big. So there's a lot of telephone counseling I do outside. My reach is in Jamaica, is in some parts of the Caribbean, but most of them is by phone. So there's a lot of phone counseling I do to encourage women as they go through their journey, once they find Pink for Africa. But we are open. Last year, no, actually, this year, for example, I had a case of a Ghanaian woman in Amsterdam who was a refugee who had been diagnosed. Wow. And today, I got a call from her. She was literally in tears. Not only is she done with her surgery, she got approved through one of my very close friends who held her hand in Amsterdam and walked her through everything, has helped her to get her 5-year stay in Amsterdam. Wow. So, you know, through our journeys, we don't realize how God intertwines and brings people your way. Somehow, breast cancer led her to be able to get her papers.
Wow. That's some good stuff to hear from you. And again, what would be a good contact? Like, you know, the other African adage goes like, your butt dama, your both. So if though it's Pink for Africa, we're going to start pinking for Ghana. Then we take it across the shores and the lands of beyond Ghana and spread the tentacles.
That's
so that
awesome.
everyone get a good way to enjoy and benefit from that. So how do one benefit and donate? What is the medium for one to benefit and donate?
So www.pinkforafrica.org is the best site to go to. I'm going to also send you the people who are in Ghana a Momo that they can donate. One of the campaigns we did this year was if we can get 1 million people to donate 1 CD, that's 1 million CDs. We know that everybody will not donate 1 CD, but if we can get 1 million people to donate 1 CD, that's powerful. So yes. I will go ahead and send the Momo number to you, and you can post it and let people see it. And we are humble. We don't ask. We tell you, reach into your heart and see if you can change the trajectory.
So once we talk, and when you get a chance, just text it to me or put it in the chat. And
I'll do
the
that.
name and the number, and we'll just take care of that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is a quick introduction of our guest today. Today's going to be a very quick one. She's a woman of few words but powerful impact, and that is going to be a quick one. After that, we're going to open doors for people to ask questions. If you have any personal conversation that you want to have with her, you know, try to make it not too obvious or too direct so that people, you know, again, we still working towards a stigmatization when it comes to that. Not everyone is through that, you know, vein yet. So, and again, this is a judge-free zone. Safe haven, no judging over here. So, and there's nothing funny or to be stigmatized when it comes to disease or illness or any defect in life. There's nothing funny about it or to be
No,
stigmatized. So,
no.
by the way, Miss Jules is the older sister
Yes.
of veteran actor Majid Michelle. Look at the faces, you can tell easily. That's Majid Michelle's older sister. And breast cancer has been a very big hit in their family, but then she is a survivor. So she can speak from both angles, surviving and losing a loved one. And again, every year I'm gonna wish you my condolences to Auntie Paulina, and we all wish she was here to see you do this greatness. So now, Ms. Jules, let's walk into today's topic, early
Yep.
detection. Let's take the early detection first. Then after that, we're gonna come talk about the nutrition and how to go through nutrition during breast cancer. Early detection. How can one really get through the early detection? As a prevention scientist, what we always say is being preventive, or the best measure of prevention is early detection. Every prevention scientist will tell you that. So, how do we look, or what do we need to look out for in terms of early detection? In
So
considering,
one of the things I always talk about is building a strong immune system. So fundamentally, listen, at the end of the day, I know at the peak of when I was diagnosed, I wasn't taking care of myself. I didn't exercise, I didn't eat well. I was highly stressed with the jobs I was doing. I was feeding into the need of everybody else and not taking care of myself. And I think it's very typical for women to do that a lot. So it is important that you take time for yourself. You know, we are all Christians. I've seen more churches go up in Ghana than anywhere else in the world I've been to. Yet our faith is always shaking. Our faith is shaking because we don't stand on that same faith to say that, listen, if God created me in his image and I am God, in a sense that God created me in his image, why do I want to feed my body things that don't benefit me? Period.
but what about those that are not Christians, that do not believe in the same, do not have the same belief as you?
So let's roll with Allah. Let's roll with Judaism. Let's roll with any religion you can think of. If you think that Allah created you and he wants the best for you, how do you put things that don't benefit you into your body? It's period. At the end of the day, listen, let's look at Ghana, for example. Majority of our people in Ghana, when God gave us Ghana, the world, what was it? The air was clean, the earth was clean, the ocean was clean, everything was clean. We, out of greed as human beings, pollute the world. And then what happens? When we get sick, we blame the devil. Abonsam kwa na suya niya. Abonsam Exactly. Inti, the goal is to really build a strong immune. How do we build a strong immune? Let's talk about that. You're going to eat well. You're going to incorporate some vegetables into your diet. You're going to make sure that you're on top of your vitamins, you exercise, you take care of yourself. That's fundamental. Then we climb on to the next thing. What are some of the signs? We know that genetically, if it's in your family, you really need to make sure that you know the history and you take measures. I was diagnosed at 40. Everybody in my family needs to check by the time they're 30. 10 years prior to that, you need to check. So that is something that should register that we need to check. Then environmental, our lifestyle, alcohol, smoking, stress, all the other things are part of those that contribute because they still don't know where this disease comes from. But they know that genetically, environmental, and lifestyle are the three things that can contribute to this disease. It's a hormonal disease. PK, 5 men are in Kolebu as I'm talking to you, struggling for their life. 5.
With breast cancer?
Most men, breast cancer. Most men are diagnosed late because men don't check their breasts. They think it's a woman's thing. Beyonce's father is the pin-up for the US. Double mastectomy. He's removed both his breasts. So this is not play anymore. This is not just a woman's disease anymore. We're seeing it in our men. We're seeing it in our women. Yeah, it's not as much in men as it is in women. Early detection, the anemia, is everything in Africa. If we play, we cannot afford it because Inti is so important.
So one thing I kind of got from what you were saying was the fact that since your family have some history of that, and also because you were diagnosed at 40, it's prudent that everyone, subsequently after you're diagnosed must be checked at age 30. And that to me is one of the key contributing factors of early detection that can deter future diagnosis or mixed diagnosis that may not even pop up anywhere. Wow. Now, you've also talked about some prevalent issues that can actually lead to this. You talk about smoking, you talk about lifestyle, and you talk about genetics. So apart from getting these early checks, what are some of the things or symptoms that we can see that should make you want to run to the hospital to get checked?
Fantastic. Excellent question. So let's touch on that. So for most of the time, looking at your breast in the mirror is very important. Getting to know what your body looks like. So taking a mirror and putting it in front of you is very important. Before you check, for women, 1 week after your period, if you don't do your period, you can check anytime. For the men, you can check anytime. It doesn't matter. So you take that mirror and you take your clothes off and you look at your skin. You look for discoloration. You look for looking like a lemon. It creates almost like a pimple kind of a look on the breast. You look for one being extremely larger than the other. And for the men especially, pay attention to inverted nipple, where your nipple starts to push in rather than out. So these are some of the signs. The fourth one is fluid, pinkish, reddish fluid coming out of the breast. Those things, I beg you, run a marathon to the hospital, to your doctor. Run as fast as you can.
Wow.
Because the early stages of this disease does not show. There are no big signs. You may feel a little lump that you're not sure it doesn't hurt. Even then, I need you to take that lump to make sure the doctor checks. Just by looking at your breast, nobody can diagnose you. You have to be properly tested. A biopsy has to be done before they are concluded, whether it's a negative or a positive.
Okay. That sounds a little bit scary, but I don't want to say we should be scared. But
No.
I say this to say that if even men are not safe, and everyone is at the mercy of this, then whom am I? Like someone said, whom am I? We all have to make sure that when we go for even our annual checkups, we can add that to it and just make sure that we take care of it. What is the one test that women has to do to make sure that there's no lump in their breast?
So when women reach 40, it is advised to get a mammogram done. Men, even your doctor can check for you on your annual visits if you go to the doctor yearly, and you can learn to self-examine as well. It's important when you examine, you go into the armpits and go in to really check everything. It's something you can Google on Google and ask Google for, self-examination, breast self-examination.
YouTube.
And there's so much information that comes up. and you can learn to properly check your breast. You know, it is vital that we learn about her. And you know, a lot of us women, we need to teach our daughters when we start to see them going through puberty. When young girls around 12, 13, their bodies start to change, it's a good time to introduce how to properly self-examine. In Ghana, we're seeing younger and younger kids come up, and they're coming up with lumps in their breast. They are not cancerous, but because of poor diet. That Indomie thing there, we should throw it out of. They should ban Indomie in Ghana.
Hey,
They should ban Indomie in Ghana.
Indomie.
It's horrible food. It's
Wow.
horrible food.
Well, since you already segued into that, let's go ahead and talk about nutrition during breast cancer. Now, we already talked about the early detection. I'm getting excited with where you're going with this. And it looks like you got passionate talking about Indomie, Indomie, Indomie. Indomie, the single people's savior apart from Kobe. Indomie is the next one. Then Gary Sokins is third. Why Indomie? Then after that, you can walk us through the process of nutrition.
There is a packet that you pour into Indomie, that the sodium content of that packet, and we don't know what is inside that Indomie. The ingredients are not very clear as to what is in that packet, but I can assure you, your body is not digesting that thing well. There is no nutritional value that is in that food. Somebody asked me today, if they put vegetables in Indomie, is it okay? Why are you choking the vegetable with a bad thing? Eat the vegetable by itself. Don't put it in the Indomie. But the Indomie is not, ever since Ghana was introduced to Indomie, it has not helped us in any way. When you go back to your contomeris and you go back to your nyadoes and you go back to your okros and you go back to the food that truly nourish your body, it's the best way to eat, really and truly. It's a shame that our water bodies have been affected. So our soil is starting to be affected. And we're seeing our contomeris come up not as healthy anymore. But this affected areas is exclusive. It's not all over Ghana. So majority of the places, especially those of us who live abroad, Charlie, incorporate some greens and some vegetables into your diet. When you're going through the journey, it is so important because remember, chemo is poison. Let's be realistic. It is why your hair falls out, your nails are black, your mouth is sore, and your joints ache like crazy when you go through chemo. Obviously, it's not good for you. So they are killing all your white blood cells, your red blood cells, and you rebuilding that is making sure that you're eating healthy during your journey. So up your greens, your green juices, Charlie, your spinach, your kale, your cucumber, your celery, your ginger, your turmeric. Throw an apple in there and juice it. Let that be part of your breakfast. You know, eat your omelet. You don't always have to add toast to it. Boil your egg if you have to do that. But be conscious of how much fat, how much carbohydrates, how much sugar you're putting in your meals as you go through the journey. It is so important because that is where you're going to draw nutrition from. Most of the time when we're going through chemo, the doctors will tell you don't take vitamins because they don't want the vitamins to interrupt with the chemo. So your food is how you're going to get your nutrition to build your body back up to be strong again. So it's so important.
Wow. So that also helps to boost your immune system and makes your immune system kind of help fight these cells that are attacking.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add to it? Because I think I want to open up the phone line for people to ask questions. But then I did see a question from Simeon saying, so Indomie is okay, but it's the packets in the Indomie that we need to avoid. Or just Indomie, period.
Listen, I personally would tell you be careful because we don't even know if those noodles are made of flour. We don't know. We don't know. You know, Asians have put food into our market, and a lot of it is not very healthy. So we need to be careful. We just need to be careful. You know, they don't label things. Food that comes to Africa is always poorly labeled. And it's the whole of Africa. It's poorly labeled. You know, I remember picking up a Coca-Cola and looking at it, and the sugar content was not even on the packaging.
Hey, Miss Jules.
I'm like, I'm tasting sugar.
No great problem with us and them all.
I'm not creating problems, bro. I'm just telling you the truth, man. You know, there is a lot of good things that come out of China, but the food they send to Africa is different.
In their defense, this may not come from the original company, though. It may come from the JULLIETTE.
And also, our FDA is allowing it to come through. So I can scream at anybody. I also have to look at our own people and how this is seeping through. You know?
All right. Is there anything else you want to add to the nutrition, or even if you want to?
Yes. One food that cancer does not like at all in your body is aluguntuguin, soursop. The soursop fruit is amazing. The soursop leaf can be boiled and drunk all around the world internationally. Everybody knows this. If you Google soursop and cancer, it's for all types of cancer. It is excellent to fight and to prevent cancer.
I've heard that.
So it is one of the good things to add to your diet to make sure that you have a soursop drink in your system as much as you can. The number one food that cancer loves and thrives on it is sugar. It's sugar.
Wow. So this is process of elimination and addition. Eliminate sugar, bring in aluguntuguin, that's it. On this note,
I love it.
May I have your permission to indulge others to ask you questions? Or you still want to cover something else?
No, I'm good. Let's open it up. I think out of the questions, I'll share some more of myself and some more information.
And you also, please don't forget to send me the contact information for people
to
the prosthetics. Oh, you sent it to me already? Okay.
Yeah. Let me send you.
Betha, I see you. You'll be the first on my list to call. So just give me a second. Guys, I'll say, please ask all the questions that you have. This is the perfect time to have your family and loved ones join to ask all those questions. We have Ms. Jules all the way to 7:15 for a hard stop. So we have technically 30 minutes to ask all those questions. Let's not wait till last minute and start piling the questions up, because at 7:15 she has to go. She has an early morning, schedule that she has to be at. She stayed late, and she's in Ghana. Mind you, she's not in the States right now. She's in Ghana. She stayed late just to do this with us and end the month of October right with breast cancer. All right, our first caller will be Betha. Betha, please tell us where you're calling from and your question for Ms. Jules.
Hi everyone. My name is Bertha. I'm calling from New Jersey. So this is I actually it's not a question, it's a contribution. And anyway, so looking at Galamsey and all this stuff, actually I joined this program late, but all I heard was Yendin Kontumrini na anyway. But Misha me born quantity come now they're telling us say contemporary Niamano Amu Galamsey Niamani Biwom. How are we gonna deal with this?
So the galamsey issue is a huge one that Pink for Africa cannot solve. I can promise you that. One of the things I can tell you is that if you have your own backyard, grow your own kontomire. That way you can trust it. Find a farmer who you know has good soil. There are ways to be able to grow organic vegetables that is healthy, and be conscious of where you're buying, where you buy your food, and the source of where it comes from. Pretty much.
All right. Is that everything, Bertha?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, if I
Thank
have
you.
any other question, I will raise up my hand. And thank you for coming
Thank you.
to help us.
Thank you.
God bless you. Actually, I have to look at your name one more time. So if I'm not able to mention your name, forgive me.
That's all right.
It's Jules, Bertha. All right. So this is a question from my brother Rexford. Rexford says the Indomie got me worried. It's one of my favorite too. Healthy first. Wow. Well, it's not a question, but actually a statement from Rexford. I used to hear that most of the kidney issues that were popping up these days were guys that were really heavily settled on Indomie, and especially the late night ones, next to the Chibom people. So that is a tough one. Please, if you have any other question, please go ahead and raise your hand so that we can unmute you and ask your question. I'm not sure, producer, if you want us to open up the calls so that people can ask, but um, if we want to control it, we can still control the calls. But before that, S says, how often does one do the mammogram after age 40?
So once a year is recommended after age 40, unless you have a family history. Then you need to find out from your doctor how often you need to do that.
Okay. That's very good. That's very good. And again, everything that Ms. Josie is saying over here, please make sure you double check and confirm with your family doctor. She's here sharing her experience as one, a survivor, and two, a CEO of a foundation that is doing much and bigger stuff in Africa, specifically Ghana. So please, my very good brother, Solomon Frimpong, please tell us where you're calling from and your question.
Thank you, PK. I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you for giving me the audience. And again, I want to find out from our resource person. He made mention of sodium, the consumption of, sodium. What about those Kobe, momone, and stuff that we add to our food? Does it also have, any negative, effects on us?
So one of the things I realized is that growing up, I saw my mother use Kobe to cook. And I remember her boiling the Kobe and pouring the water out several times to get the salt out. I'm hoping that whoever is cooking for you is doing the same thing. Because if you eat the kontomire that the Kobe has been made in, and you wake up the next day and your fingers are swollen, your feet are swollen, it means you've taken too much sodium. I think sodium is one of those things that your body will tell you immediately. You will drink lots of water. It will force you to drink a lot of water. And it would really keep pushing you to, you'll be thirsty and you keep drinking. Your body is telling you something. So I think we should be mindful. As we're getting older, there are certain things your body cannot handle. And one of the biggest ones is salt, because salt contributes to a lot of issues, not just cancer, but a lot of other issues, hypertension, a lot of other issues. So it is good to be mindful of that.
All right. Thank you very much for that question. We have another question from Simeon. Lord, the host has been drinking a lot of water. So I have been drinking a lot of water because since I came to Ghana, I'm using this brand of water because it's an American brand and I'm trying to protect my stomach. So I went out and about doing my rounds, and I didn't have water with me, and I have been dehydrated for the longest. So since I walk in the house, I've just been dehydrated. This person really is paying attention. All right, Phyllis. Phyllis says, "How can we get the right startup OM the market? In the market, especially in the states."
How can they get what in the market?
The alubutugui.
Well, it is very expensive in the US, but I know that you can find the leaves on Amazon. You can order some of the aluguntuguin leaves and boil them as tea on Amazon. I drink mine with my hibiscus tea. I mix it with the hibiscus tea. I put a little bit of honey and I drink, and I love it. I enjoy it.
Okay. All right. Zina, I just unmuted you. I think you put the emoji up. Can you tell us where you're calling
Hi.
from?
Yeah, good evening. I'm calling
Good
from
evening.
Dubai.
All
Wow.
right. Dubai in
Yeah.
the building.
Okay. Hi, Mom. Thank you so much for
Hello.
educating us. I once had a problem with my breast when I was young. And I remember when
Okay.
I used to go to the hospital, they told me they couldn't find what was the cause. But eventually, by God's grace, it went. But ever since, I've been taking my breast how do you call it, examinations very serious. I
Good for
want to
you.
know, how about Maggie Cube? I'm told it is not good at all. I want you to educate us on that. Thank you.
So, thank you so much for bringing that up as well. Maggie Cube is not something that is necessarily great for us. We know it adds flavor to our food. And I'll tell you this, I don't use it. I will encourage people not to use it. But if you're going to use it, be mindful that is not what should salt your food. So you shouldn't overuse your Maggie Cube because you don't want to oversalt your food. So
Exactly.
there is salt that is iodized, and there is the salt we
Iodized, yeah.
use
Yeah.
iodized. I'm sorry.
Iodized,
And
yeah, iodized.
iodized. It
Exactly.
has iodine in it. Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
Those iodized salts is very good for your body. So you want to
Mm,
substitute your Maggi with that. And sometimes the Maggi overpowers the
the
true
sauce.
flavors of the food, right? The true
Exactly.
flavors of the food. For example, your garlic, your ginger, your spices, things like that. It doesn't allow that to even pronounce in the food. So it is so important to get those flavors, your cloves. These
Yeah,
are
I
herbs
use it
that
a
are
lot.
so good for your body. Exactly. So
Okay.
let us go back to the old fashioned. I remember when my grandmother used to cook, and there was no Maggie cube in sight.
And it
It
was so
was salt.
tasty.
Charlie, it was so good.
I
So
don't know.
it is so important to get back to those fundamentals. Let's up our garlic game. Let's up our onion game. Let's up our cloves game, our ginger game, and flavor our meats and flavor our fish and flavor our vegetables right so that we can enjoy them.
Sure, sure. So why is FDA then accepting them? Why is he allowing them to do this to us?
I
It's not
think I
fair.
I think that when it comes to Ghana, there is a trade level. I need to yet understand what the trade levels are and how food can be brought in so easily. If I tell you and even
Yeah.
the proper not labeling the food right is what bothers me. At least label it fair. That way people can read it and
Mm-hmm.
make a choice whether they want it or they don't want it. But
Exactly.
when we don't demand that food is labeled correctly, I think it's very difficult because there are lots of people in Ghana who don't read. So
Mm,
they see the ad, if they see it on TV, it means it's good for you. So
exactly.
it's such a shame. There is so much that we
Mm,
need to correct. So
mm.
we need to encourage our people to eat more from this backyard growing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Invest in a decent backyard and then grow some vegetables that can help feed your family.
Sure.
You know,
Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. And
you're
thank you so much
welcome.
to the host as well. Bye.
Thank you. Mr. Boss.
Thank you very much, Zina, for always being an awesome audience for our show. I was on mute and I was talking. Sorry, guys.
That's
Um,
okay.
this Maggie thing, me, I'm a big Acheke fan. Now I can't eat my Maggie with my Acheke. For some reason, I don't know why. Maggie is part of the delicacy for Acheke, and it tastes different with
I've
it.
never heard of that. I've never.
Hey,
I eat acheke.
please,
I've never put Maggie on.
please type in the comment section if you've seen Maggie with Acheke. Type in the comment section if you've
I
seen
would
Maggie.
love to see this one.
Bertha, is your hand still up again, or this is the first one? I'm not sure.
Please, my hand is still up again, but I will wait till other people speak, then I will talk.
Bertha, would I keep waiting? 7:15. We are closing the show. We have less than 20 minutes. Ask your
I
question. Let's
mean,
go. Hey,
okay.
hold on, Bertha. I got
Huh?
some.
Did
I got some
somebody say
comment.
that some people add Maggie to Banku?
Look,
Hey,
iPhone says,
who
iPhone says
does
yes,
that?
I have. iPhone says yes, I have from the Bronx, New York. I check it. And Simeon says where is it? Simeon says some people add Maggie to Banku and Kenke Pepper. I've seen that too. Then Zinat says Maggie is the main accompaniment for Acheke. And Rexford says Maggie and that because we need to teach the host small thing. Well, I am the host. She is the guest. Then Jab says, yes, I check Maggie. And HITV says, support you. Okay. So producer is putting the information and how to actually contact and donate and be part of um, the Pink for Africa Foundation. Phyllis says, what are some of the myths to be aware of? So once you answer Phyllis' question, then Bertha will come back again with a follow up.
So you said, what was her question again? What is the myth?
What are some of the myths to be aware of?
So one of the myths is that if your husband sucks on your breast, you will not get breast cancer. That's a big myth. So the story was that the research was done on lactating mothers who are breastfeeding. And the research was found that when women are breastfeeding their babies, their chances of getting breast cancer is lower than higher. The men heard it and they ran with it. So I had so many young people, young girls say to me, my boyfriend wants to do that. He tells me he's doing it because he doesn't want me to get breast cancer. Is it true? No, it's not. It's okay to enjoy your body. There's nothing wrong. Some husbands have found were the ones who found their wives' lumps. So I will encourage both men and women to please get affectionate, learn about how to properly examine each other's breast. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you're an adult, listen, do you, man? We need to save our lives. Let's work both ways.
Okay.
The other myth I've heard is if you wear a bra that is tight, can that give you breast cancer? No. If you wear a tight bra, it is uncomfortable. That will not cause breast cancer. Then the other thing is I've heard if you touch somebody, if you have breast cancer and you touch somebody, can they get it? Is it contagious? No. It is genetically passed, but it's not contagious. That's the other one. So let's see if there's any other myths out there that I can respond to.
Okay. So this is coming from veteran actress, legendary status, Vivian Achol. Did you go to St. Monica's? Miss
Me?
Jews? Yes.
No.
Well, she said Smogen. I don't know what Smogen is.
Smogen is St. Mary's.
Oh, St. Mary's, not Monica's.
Smogen is St. Mary's.
You went to St. Mary's?
Nope. My sisters went to St. Mary's, not me.
Oh, well, she says Smogen Jules. This is Smogen Vivian. Thanks for your education and insight. God bless your ministry. So she's probably thinking you are your sister. All right. And
Probably
this is for
look like one of them.
you guys all look alike. From you, from Iraq, like Iraq, everybody. And what is his name? The one that used to be a police, the big dude.
Arrow.
Yes, that's my
Arrow.
guy. Arrow is my guy. And Richard.
Yeah.
So essays, I've seen a lot of people eat acheke with Maggie. It was never so. I guess it's the new trend of eating food these days. So maybe it wasn't like that before, but now
No, it
it's
was not. No, it was not.
Jacqueline Adukwe. Is it Adukwe or Adukwe? Says Mary's. Oh, okay, Mary's. I think it's all about the school. And Philly says, you mentioned about breast size, but aren't our boobs naturally different? That's
So
a good question.
naturally, most women, one breast is slightly bigger than the other. If you see a significant bigger than the other, is a problem. So have it checked. You know, and also I want to put it out there, not all lumps are cancerous. My goal here is not to put fear in anybody. It's to really say to you, if you feel a lump and it wasn't there before, please have it checked. Let the doctor be the one to say, there's nothing wrong, you're good. Excellent. Then you keep it moving.
All right. Well, producer just put it in the chat room. Says Pink for Africa, a breast cancer foundation. Support US care. Support us care for women with breast cancer. The Momo number is 00. Well, that's just one throws me off. It's +233 530 486 494. The number again is +233 530 486 494. And the account name is Pink for Africa. The merchant ID is 239418. It's in the chat session. You can please copy that information. She said one prosthetics costs for $50, and just $50 can save a life and help build someone with in need their confidence to be back again in public and wear the clothes they love to wear without any intimidation or stigmatization. All right, Betha, back to you. Betha, can you please unmute yourself? Hey,
Well, in fact,
Mhm.
the number can say, your health field now. Oh, when you grow old, and when people grow old, actually, we're all gonna grow old one day, but when you see saying I'm up for a fighting area, born is a mama yare. And the Martin say, I see when did you so a journal a quite an area or you. And that's what it is. When you grow old, you're gonna feel it. On the own himself, you're young. It's you bet me a be cautious. Like Maggie Q, you say, you see, a number one killer power will be a say. And endomini them. It means say you'll be my dear, but you know, the minimum I may share. Said the bear, you bear away, not young, way, young cassette, Yamana, Yanko Cassette, Minu Yanka. And to radio bush for Miss Media can make me a contributing. A Janina, ye decoy yam no. We have to be extra careful, we have to be cautious because at the end of the day, we are going to account for it. And mostly eating outside, I think it's a huge problem. Now you don't even know what you're getting because BPR is contaminated mostly. Sana me hono. Now me second in say nothing I see Ghana dear na label sukra omo in charge no. They're not able to see say I dare not have an correct. I didn't know what's a Ghana yes. Mami mpacho answer be ananka adia mami. Me that's it.
All right, Betha, thank you.
So, you know, it is very difficult to say exactly why aduane efi abonten is sippy into Ghana so easily. You know, back in the day, when you go out, I remember say majority of what we saw was manufactured in Ghana. You bought pebbles in Ghana. That's your sweeter end. You bought banana, peanuts. There were certain things you didn't see. And the markets no so. All the gum you see. I remember chewing PK. PK was made in Ghana. Cecia, you have to share PK crowd in your PK. Everything you see is coming from outside. We don't even know what ingredients are in these foods. Inti, I honestly don't, because I'm not in that field, I cannot answer some of those questions in terms of why our FDA allows so much. I think, Seb, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think that greed is part of it, bribery and corruption is part of it. People are bribed, a lot is overlooked. The protocols that need to be in place is not in place. And we've built a country that is more about imports than homegrown. Now slowly I'm seeing us doing some things with homegrown, and I'm very proud of some of the younger generation. There's a shop I went into called Miss Cookie, not to advertise in anybody, but I saw all manner of homemade, Ghana-made things. And I was very excited. It's a place I will go and buy everything from, because you can get your, name it, all the seasonings that we have right there. So it's important that we buy from home. At least we know, say, manufacture say. So, the imported stuff, Charlie, we don't know what's in it. We really don't. And Yari Bebre, in the last 20 years, the level of diagnosis of breast cancer, heart conditions, so many young people are dying. I just lost a brother-in-law, 57 years old. Nothing was wrong with this dude. Come to find out, he was sick. His arteries were clogged. We didn't know. So there is so much hidden in our foods that we don't realize. Yes, Indomie, yes, Maggie Cube, yes, food we don't recognize. Please, let's go back to the Banchi and Bodea we know. Let's go back to that.
Thank you very much. We're gonna see if there is any more questions. If there's any more questions, please. We have roughly 5 minutes to wrap up. And I want to remind you guys again, please, the information is Pink for Africa Breast Cancer Foundation. Support us, care for women with breast cancer. The mobile number is plus 233-530-486-494. And the account name is Pink for Africa. The mentioned ID is 239-418. Also, I want to remind you, in case you're looking for someone to give you one of the best quality camera setup, or even your electric fans, or help you do your Starlink, installation, please look no further. Just contact me at +1 513 487 8663, and I will hook you up with it. And also, if you're part of our WhatsApp HITV chat line, please message me backdoor. Do not put it on the platform, please. That is just solely for topics that we want to treat here. Just find my number. My signature tag is always Goddess in Control. Find my signature tag on my number, 513-487-8663, and message me back door, and I'll hook you up to the best you can have in Ghana so that you can watch your home from home. I hope that makes sense. All right, cool. With that being said, if there's any other question, we would like to take it. And if not, Ms. Jules, can you please give us your wrap up or your final words that you want to share? Or before you do that, there's a question from N. What other specific signs for men to watch in addition to squeezing breast?
So you want to learn, go to Google and go put in Google self-examination for men, and or even breast self-examination, and just learn how to properly do it. And then once you know that, you want to check your breast once a month. If you find any abnormal, the beautiful thing is that the cushions of your fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, has a memory. And the more you check, the more your fingers will remember that tissue. So make it a habit, as once a month, check, go into your armpits, come up, go into the armpits, come up and check. Just go into the breast cage and push into the breast cage and just check. When you are done, make sure that you make a note of it. And when you are checking, let your mind be there, you know. The early stages of breast cancer, there's no pain, there's no fever, there's no, you know, you feel nothing. So it can be very deceiving. A lot of people think, oh, I felt a lump, there's nothing wrong with me, I'm fine. And they keep it moving. Then by the time they realize there are now pimples on the breast, the nipples have gone inverted, one has gotten very large, there's a mass in the breast, and that can possibly be too late. So when breast cancer hurts, it is too late. So I need you to be mindful of that and pay attention. Let's love each other. Let's be kind. Let's be compassionate. And let's support each other as much as we can.
Wow,
PK, it's always a pleasure to be here.
Always. I like the way you answered the question. There was a follow-up to that question, and you still tackled that. And you segue your final words into it. But before you leave, I'd like for Betha to actually ask her last question. She got her hands up again. Betha, can you please ask your last question?
Thank you very much, PK. So one thing I heard about full powder is that they're saying that it causes cancer. I'm not sure how that is true. So, Madam, could you please answer this question if you have any idea? Thank you so much.
You know, thank you. I haven't heard anything about it, but you know, when I started looking at labels, I actually looked at the label of the fufu powder, and the sodium content blew me away. Honestly, I was shocked. So now there is so much fufu machines out there. There are so many ways you can make fufu now. I know that now I use banchi and I use bordia, plantain and cassava, and I make my fufu and it comes out great. So be mindful of that. You know, pay attention to the hidden ingredients. That is so much more. I remember reading over 1,000 grams of salt in the fufu powder, and that I was very surprised. So let's pay attention to what goes into our body and how that nourishes our bodies.
All right, Zina, we're gonna end with you.
Yeah, I want to add up something. The fufu we are buying, I'm told, is not made of fufu. I have a friend who works with them. They actually use cocoyam, but they have a way of doing it and food color. So you guys should be aware. I think we should go with what Miss Juice is saying. We should use the cassava, blend it, and then get the natural. It is not even cassava they are using. Thank you.
Okay.
It is not cassava at all. I even saw a potato in there. So I saw some level of potato and starch. And who is to say the derivative of what starch they are using? So again, yes, it feels like swallow. So you go with it. Once the soup is on it, you don't taste the fufu, but we don't know what it's doing. So I think it's important that we know exactly what we are eating by making sure that the ingredients are recognized. I think that's the key.
Okay. All right. Anne says, how do we differentiate between the natural lamp and that lump of the cancer lamp?
The natural lump and the lump of the cancer lump.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things let's do this. We all know that in a woman's breast, there's a big lump that sits in a woman's breast, something you've known since you were 12. When you started to develop breast is there. Leading to your period, you always get lumps that form. And so you become very tender, you become very sensitive. And then right after your period, about a week after your period, you notice that everything has gone back. Now, when you go to check your breast, there are some softer lumps and there are hard lumps. Pay attention to all of them. See what is there. When you go to check your breast, please don't think about anything else. Let your mind be on your breast. That way you can connect with what you're doing. I don't want you checking your breast and then you're thinking, oh, what am I cooking for dinner? I need to pick up the laundry. I need to do this, as women usually do. So I need you to, for that 5 minutes you're using, be mindful and connect with what you're doing so that you pay attention and you feel it. When you push into your breast cage, if there is a lump or anything abnormal, you will feel it. Just take your time and go round. Take your time and go circle. And when you are done, you go across the breast as well and go in and feel that breast.
Is it the same for men?
It's the same for men. So you go around and you go across for men.
No, I'm talking about the different types of lumps.
The lumps is the same. The lumps are all the same. Nothing changes. Because you see that the lumps does not recognize whether you're a man or woman. It recognizes the breast. That's it.
All right. Ms. Jules, as I always do, always on time with my time. And I want to say thank you so much for coming. You've been a blessing. 3-4 years in a row, blessing HITV with nothing but absolute nuggets of wisdom and education in terms of breast cancer. When we speak of breast cancer in any diaspora, Africa, Ghanaian setting, we think of Pink for Africa. And it's my prayer, blessing, that people will patronize your foundation so that they can save lives that they've never even met before. Because those lives can actually help other people. I've been told to bring you back for session for men, and we'll look into that. But again, as always be in October, Director, can you please sign Ms. Jules out for us so that we can say big thank you to her before she leaves? Director. Is Director Daniel on? Okay. Well, since
yeah. Sorry, PK. I was on mute. Sorry. Mama, I mean, we thank you for the wonderful and the depth of knowledge transferred onto us. We hope you saw baby. Last year, I think we did this last year, and I learned a lot of things. And this time too. I mean, there's one thing I think you consider that men are also getting breast cancer, and it's serious. I mean, we take it for jokes, but this thing is really going wild. Inti, Mama, yeah, that was it. We hope to see you again.
Always.
And
Pleasure.
Thank you very much.
You share the contact too. Probably we also contribute our quota.
Yes, the contact is in the chat session, and producer also put it on our platforms for us to share. And Dr. Danny, once it gets there, just share it also on the Startup Set platform as well, so that others can also contribute and also have the family members benefit from it as well. Thank you very much, Ms. Jules, for your time. It's always a blessing. It's 11:18 where you at right now, and we know you have early morning duty to attend to. So please. Thank you for coming, and God bless you, and hope to see you again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we draw the curtains for the first segment of Time with Startups and right here on HITV. And as it always been, very guest for today was Ms. Jules, or you can say Mrs. Juliette Mills Lutterod. Next week, we'll be looking into artificial intelligence with Dr. Eric Akapop, and we're going to learn the good, the bad, the ugly of AI and how it can benefit and also be a prevalent issue in our day-to-day activities. With that being said, please take notes, save the dates. Let's make a date and time and just enjoy this. On to that, we meet again next week, Monday. Same time, same place, right here on HITV, Time with Startups. And God bless you all. I've always been your host, PK Ofori-Asenso. See you guys next week. And thanks to all